And it says, after 3 days, the dead mother crimson worm's body loses its crimson color and turns into a white wax, which falls to the ground like snow. Okay, became pure white. Okay, or turn around, the body being come back to dust, being made back into dust. It says the worm's body loses its crimson color and turns into a white wax, which falls to the ground like snow. So what did Yahushua mean by saying, I am the worm? There are a lot of ideas what Yahushua might have meant, but nobody really knows for sure. And I'm finna get into what he meant, because they don't got the knowledge. All they got is the information, man. They got the pieces, but they don't know how to fit it together. If the key is Yahushua. If you don't got the spirit working with you, you can't put the pieces together, man. It says, however, it is interesting that just like crimson worm, Yahushua sacrificed or gave up his life on a tree so that his children might be washed with the crimson blood and their sins cleansed white as snow. He died for us that we might live through him. Alright, and I'm going to read some more facts right here. It says, other interesting facts about crimson worms. The crimson worm is a common region in old Israel. In ancient days, the dead bodies of the female crimson worm were scraped from the tree, dried in the ground into powder that was used to dye their clothes and garments a scarlet red color. They are round but the size of a pea. Because they do not look like a worm, some people, though they were thought they were part of a plant. The crushed worm was also used to make medicine that helps the heart beat smoothly. Okay, it's also a herb, man. It's an insect and an herb at the same time. It's like a cross gender. Something, I ain't gonna say cross gender. Its body becomes that healing element. The white wax body was used to make salat, a preservative of wood. Now we're gonna get into these verses, man. Okay. Now the first verse we're gonna go to, we're gonna read it again so you guys know what I'm on. This is Isaiah 41:14. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, okay, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee." So we're the same worm that Yahushua. It's reverting back to the worm that Yahushua was, because we're covered under him. We're his children. So it's talking about that certain worm, okay? Because we taking the cup that Yahushua took, man, but not the final cup of our lives. I mean, we lost our lives, but not the sacrifice that he did, man. His life loss was for all of Israel, the elect. Okay, the elect of Israel, then all of Israel will be saved. All right, and it says, "Fear not thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." Now, that cactus illicit. Okay, we got that cactus. Alright, that cactus right there. An insect genus including cocktail bug, a type of bacterium, or Greek cactos, grain, seed, berry. Alright, because that's how they used it to dye stuff back in the day. So now, let's jump into Psalms. Let's read the Psalms. Now we're going to read Psalms and get the understanding what it's saying. Right here in the first of Psalms, it says, "The chief musician upon Allah Sarah, the Psalm of David. The Most High, my power. It says, my power, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me, and from the world of my words of my roaring?" Okay, because that's the same thing Yahushua cried upon the cross. And it says, "O my power, I cry in the daytime, and thou hearest not, and in the night season am not silent. But thou, O Holy One, thou art the inhabitants of the praise of Israel. Our fathers trusted in thee, they trusted, and thou didst deliver them." Okay, they cried unto thee, and they were delivered, and they trusted in thee, and they were not confounded. But I am a worm, and no man, a reproach of men, and despised of the people. That's what Yahushua was, the same worm. Okay, if we go right here, that worm, Same one. That caucus illicit. Okay. And it says, all they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip. They shake the head, saying, he trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him. Okay. And well, who did they say that to? Who were they saying that to? Let's get that. This is Matthew. This is Matthew 27, and it says, we'll go to We'll start at 40. This is Matthew's 27 and 40, and it says, saying, thou that destroyest the temple and buildeth it in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of the Most High, come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests mocking him, with the scribes and the elders, saying, that's why you got to tell, man. This is not, Yahushua was not respected by all, man. Okay, he wasn't high and mighty in praise. He took the shame of Israel upon himself. Okay, it wasn't a glorious thing to do. I mean, it was glorious for the meaning behind it, but not at not the situation at hand. And it says, let me start at 37. And set up over his head his accusation written, this is Jesus, the king of, this is Yahushua, the king of the Jews. And where there are 2 thieves crucified with him, one on the right and another on the left. And they that passed by him reviled him, wagging their heads, and saying, thou that destroyest the temple and buildeth in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of the Most High, come down from the cross. Likewise also the chief priests mocking him, with the scribes and elders, saying, he saved others, himself he cannot save. If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted in the Most High, let him deliver him now, if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of the Most High, Son of the power. Okay, and let's go back to that Psalms, man. This is exactly what they're saying to Yahushua. And it says back in Psalms 22 and 6, but I am a worm, no man, a reproach of men, and despised of the people. All they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying, he trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighteth in him. Okay, but thou art he that took me out of my of the womb, and dideth have me hope when I was upon my mother's breast. All right, this is a parabolical thing that David was saying to describe what Yahushua was going to go through in the crucifixion. Okay, which Elder Gabbard has brought out. What Christ, what Mashiach means is oil, man. And that's why he was at the Gethsemane, the Garden of Gethsemane, which is oil press. Okay, oil press. He was being pressed, man. Okay, Yahushua was being pressed at that point. Where pretty much Gethsemane oil press, where the pressure of the Mashiach, where the Mashiach would be pressured, or a lot of you know what I'm trying to see. A lot of pressure was coming down on Yahushua at that point, because that's where he was asking if there was any other way. Okay, let's keep going. And it says, let's jump down to verse 23, and it says, ye that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him and fear him, all ye seed of Israel. It doesn't say the world either. It says, for he hath not despised or abhorred the affliction and the afflicted, neither have he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard. That's it on that. So we're going to jump to Mark. Now let's jump to Mark and see another situation. As you can see, I just tied that into Matthew's. This is Mark 15. 34. This is Mark 15 and 34. It says, and on the 9th hour Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Allah, Allah, Alam Sabat Tamai, which is being interpreted, my power, has thou forsaken me. Okay? It says, and some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, behold, he calleth Elijah. And one ran and filled a sponge full of vinegar and put it and it says my power. Okay, that's what he was saying, my power, my power. Alright, and they thought he was calling out Elijah, and it says, alone, and take a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put on a reed and gave him to drink, saying, let alone, let us see whether Elias will come and take him down. Okay, and Yahushua cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost. Okay, but before that you have the same scourge that was going on with them making fun of him and wagging the head at him. Alright, so now we're gonna jump to the things that when this plant right here, okay, the scarlet, and this is the scarlet worm. And if you notice in the scarlet worm that it's disfigured whenever it forms itself and it hangs itself on that tree or plant, it disfigures itself. It spreads out in different buds, which is deep meaning, which Yahushua was disfigured and he didn't look, when they put him on that cross, he looked messed up. Also, it buds in different places, man. Alright, so let's go into the bones, what they did to Yahushua's bones. And this, we'll jump in back to Psalms 22 and 14. And it says, I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax, and it is melted in the midst of my bowels. Okay? My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws, and thou hast brought me into the dust of death. Alright? That's the same thing, Yahushua, because they disfigured when you're hanging on that cross, because they did a History Channel. They try to remake the crucifixion, and they just didn't even nail the dude up there. They just put him in like hanging points, and it was painful for him to be up there seconds, minutes. So nonetheless, Yahushua's bones were out of socket, man, hanging on that cross. Okay. Then now let's jump to verse 17. I may tell all my bones, they look and share upon me, they stare upon me. Verse 18, they parted my garments among them and cast lots upon my vestures. Okay. And when did they do that? When they took his garments and they tore it up, man. Okay, when they tore up Yahushua's garments. Alright, and let's jump to Isaiah 52. Isaiah 52 and 13. Let's read that. This is Isaiah 52 and 13. It says, behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and enthroned and be very high. As many were astonished at thee, his visage was so marred more than any man, and his form was more than the sons of men. Now that goes back why it says I am that worm, because look at this. Look at the coctus illicit. It's disfigured. Okay, this is a worm, and this is it's giving its life for its children right now. It's performing the act the Most High designed it to perform, but the certain act of it is disfigured. It's ugly. It looks unsavory, man. Okay, and it says, and as many were astonished at thee, his visage, and okay, his visage is his look, his face. Alright, going to this word visage.
Strong's 8.